So I'm working on setting up the dash cam here, and I got it plugged in just to test it. So you can see here I have it set. It's recording now. This is a front unit, this is a rear. Now I have it set on dual screen, so you can see now if I pick up the rear one and aim it at me, or the camera, whatever. Hi, you can see it. Have it set to dual. Let's show you here some of the options. So, for example, if I press this, it just automatically recorded that. I have it on loop recording, so I've changed some of the settings. I have that set to 5 minutes. Date and time set. Time zone is set. Date stamp I have set to on. Record audio is on. Beep sound, we'll just leave on. It's not going to cause any problems. EV, don't know what that is. Frequency I have set on 50. That's what it was on. Speed unit is on miles per hour. Accelerometer, I'm not really sure what that is, but I'm just going to leave it on low. Screensaver's off. Motion detection. Detect LED. Whatever, you know, stuff like that. Format. Now, what happens is, we will go back. So this is going to mount, obviously, and then it'll be a lot better. Obviously, now it's not mounted. And there's a little film over the camera, and you can adjust it, so it's not going to be all blurry. Now, the one thing about this car is when you turn this off, this, I believe, does not go off. We're going to have to test that. The cigarette lighter in this car always is applying power. Oh, one other thing to mention. Ooh, I want to change something, actually. Let me see here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. This. Dual view. That's what I wanted. Now, so I have it set to this where it does the dual. I'm going to test it and see if it turns on afterwards. Well, there is the box from the dash cam. Here's the SD card I ended up buying. It's a micro SD, 64 gigabyte SanDisk. Got it from Best Buy. And I have set the cameras up. So let's take a look. I'm going to close the trunk, make sure I have the keys. Close the trunk up. Let's take a look. So I'm going to sit down on the passenger seat here. And when you look up, oh, what's right there? That's right. That is the front dash cam. Basically, there's two. That is the front. And the back one is right there. So if you really want to know how the wiring works. So, from the front, this is power to the front, this goes directly to the back, okay? What happens is, from the front, it goes up through here, down, you can... Okay, we're going to have to blur that. You can't really see it, we did a good job. Goes down in this crevice, this is a little worse for the wear looking, but then it goes in the wood trim, between the wood and the airbag, down, doesn't get in the way of the glove box, just sits there, down, is taped in the side where it's bundled, and then it goes right into the cigarette lighter. Now, the one unfortunate part about this car is that this is always powered, which does mean that when this is plugged in, the dash cam stays on, so you do have to plug it in and unplug it each time you want to use it, but that's not a huge deal. At some point, I would like to maybe hardwire it to the fuse box, but for now this is more than workable, and I'm perfectly fine if all I have to do is just plug that in. The back one is a little more complicated. So it's the one that with the side connector. From the front, it goes in here, in, down the same path. Then it goes down, that's the front one, down here, into this panel. I mean, it goes, we unscrewed this and tucked it down, you can actually feel it, under this panel, in here. I should oil my seat. Come into the back. Then it goes under here, up through here, in the crack. You can kind of see it tucked in right here, in the seat, up through here, up into that crevice, I believe, and then it goes up through here. You can see it right there, and then it just comes around and down. We positioned them to where you can easily see everything. So now, it's a much easier process. All you have to do when you want to use it, so pretend I'm going to drive the car. Obviously, if I'm moving it into the street, I'm not gonna do that on camera either. Open the door like you normally would. Close it up. Now you notice from here, you can see it if you do this. This button in the corner is the only one you really need to press. And notice this is out of the way. It's taped in here, so this cable just comes in here. So you want to drive? Hell, you can do it without it. Well, we'll do it like that. There we go. And then, green light's on, comes on, and there you go. The main part of the screen there is the front, and then that little section is the back, which you can obviously tell. You can change it if you want to view just the front or just the back, and basically it is now recording. It's having a hard time focusing on that screen. And it's just going to do 5-minute intervals, time, date. I have it on a month, or a day, month, year, 1080p quality. And then it basically, you just shove a micro SD card slot in it, right in the side there. And we're going to actually get some footage of this. To save, all you would do is just hit that triangle right there. So really, that easy. And that will conclude my dash cam footage for now. You're gonna see a little. Okay, so that's it for this part. And then of course, if you want to turn it off, just unplug and it's off. Then the light goes off in a second. There it goes. Really that simple. The only easier part would be if you didn't have to do that, but since I'm the only one that drives this car, I am the only one that has to remember that it's there. In reality, though, I think I did a pretty good job with the cables, because other than this, you really kind of have to look if you want to. I mean, obviously, you guys are going to know, because now every time you look at it, you're going to see it. But really, I think we did a pretty good job. Initially, my father, who did the running of the cable, wanted to tuck both of them up in there, like the back one he wanted to put up in here. But this is already, falling, and he didn't want it. It's too thick. The cable, you can see, is actually pretty thick. So we just ended up going right down there, actually. We had just enough room. I think it was 13 feet. So yeah, that's really it for this part. All right, folks, let's get some driving footage. This is going to be, this will be some rear and some front. I'm going to just try to mix what I can. Some rear and some front. I'm going to just try to mix what I can. Bottle. Yep. Also testing out the microphone. It's a little darker now, but you should get some tests. Some good, it's not going to be super long. It'll only be a little. Oh, you just missed the light. Damn. I basically mounted them based on the view I could see on the little ass screen on the front camera. I think we did pretty well though. My dad sort of played with it as I said, yeah, move it down, move it up. The rear one was more difficult because of the defroster lines on the windshield. The front one was easy. It just had to be where by the mirror should it be. And you saw in the main part where it is. I would have liked to get a a daytime test, but, you know, you only have 420 hours in the day. You can't use all of them for what you want. Oh well, at least this is actually a good night test, too. You can get a good feel for what the camera looks like at night.
They must be starting construction on this side, because this side was open.
Yeah, it was. They changed it now.
Well, that stinks. Because that's going to affect me coming home.
From work?
Yep.
Ooh. Don't take driving advice from me, as I have my rear wheelbase on the stop line. Don't follow the way I drive. Drive the right way. Probably not the way. Oh, he's gonna have to get over. This little, see, they're tearing down this little narrow-ass bridge and that little one to the left of the screen, and then they're gonna just take all this down because there's a river there, and then they're just gonna put a big giant one in, which is fine because it's probably hard to tell on camera, but that bridge we just went over is really narrow, and then they're gonna just take all this down because there's a river there, and then they're just gonna put a big giant one in, which is fine because it's probably hard to tell on camera, but that especially when there's 2 lanes there, it's really. I mean, I've seen big trucks go over it. I worry about them. Probably could collapse too. It's a little old ass thing. I don't know. Temp tag. Oh yeah, drink your Sprite. That clicking you're hearing is just the fish on the mobile on the mirror moving around because it's probably amplified because it's right next to it. If I get another chance to do a daytime test, I will, but I really think that, like, you know, you get the gist of how it works. If we have to stop at the stoplight up there that's green, I will go ahead and I'll just save this footage, because I think you've gotten the gist of, you know, what you want to see. I'll probably, I don't know how I'm going to do it, I'll probably throw in some footage, just, like, overlay it of the back. I think that it just uses, I don't know. I don't know if the back records audio or not. I think it might just take the audio from the front. I think that it just uses, I don't know. I don't know if the back records audio or not. I think it might just take the audio from the front. Because it's cable run. Turn the heater on. Well, let's see. I'll open the window so you can get some gauge on the wind noise when it's open. Actually, we'll open both. This way you can get a sense of how it is with the windows open.
Freezing my patooties off.
It'll be fine. We're only going to do it for a minute. That Liberty was just in the left turn lane, wasn't it? Right, let's see if we can speed up a little and get some wind noise test. Whenever we stop at the next stoplight, we'll save this footage. I think my rear seatbelt is hitting something. Probably hitting the buckle. Hear it? Alright, you've gotten some wind noise. And that's probably going to be it. I think we've gotten enough driving footage. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see. And follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. Bye-bye, and hopefully we get some pretty interesting catches with this. As soon as we go over the speed bump, we'll stop it. This car takes speed bumps real well. It's heavy. That's it.